everywhere you go, nearly everyone you talk to, they're divorced, separated, living alone, raising a child alone. I mean, everywhere. I'm not your average person in terms of the experiences I've had. I've traveled to 150 countries since I was 11 years old. And not too many people can say that. And this is not being said to brag or anything. You know, my father sent me away during summer holidays because he loved traveling. He sent us away every summer holiday, and so that planted a seed in our heads, me and my siblings. And we continued traveling. And up to now, I travel everywhere. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is everyone I talk to, everywhere I go, most people are divorced, separated. When you talk about their spouse, their husband or their wife that they are now no longer with, they talk like they've been released from a prison. They talk like they would rather be spending time with any human being on earth except that person. They talk like being with that person and uniting with them and creating a family with them and engaging in a long-term relationship, marriage with them was the biggest mistake that they made, that was so bad and painful that they never want to get involved with someone else again. Haven't you experienced the same? How do people that talk about, how do people talk about their divorced spouses, husband and wives? And how do people talk about their ex-girlfriends and boyfriends? You know, there's like anger. There's that underlying current of, of seething anger and disappointment. That's basically what they're saying can be summed up in one sentence. And that is, how could I be so stupid? How could I be so blind? How could I be so mistaken to, get together, agree to get together with this person? Sorry for the limited view that you're seeing. It's a view from my hotel room into the city of Argentina, Buenos Aires. But I want to know if that is what you've experienced when you talk to people or when you ask yourself about your ex. What kind of feelings come up? How could I make that mistake? How could I be so stupid? The heck with them, I hope they get what they deserve. Why is it? Everybody has their own answers. And my answer, based on the collective experience that I've had personally and the collective experience of the people I associate with, is that people get together to satisfy a certain need that has nothing to do with the needs of the other person. So they're hoping that the other person would be a catalyst in having those wants and needs fulfilled. And that's never the case. I think I've said this before in one of my videos. Someone said very wisely that if two people that were set on getting married, they had bought each other engagement rings and there's a date set and they're going to get married at some specific date into the future. By the way, that period is the best period of any kind of a marriage. From the time that you engage and you're still living separately and you're going to get married because you feel, oh, I found the one, this is going to be beautiful, this is going to be a beautiful life. From that moment when you decide you're going to get married until the actual date that you do the vows and are going through the ceremony and moving together, that window of time is usually the very happiest time in any marriage, because at that moment when you get married, everything really starts to go down, usually. But going back to what that person said very wisely, he said, if you talk to people that are about to get married, they have set a date, they bought engagement rings and everything. If you talk to them and what they don't know is that what the other person is hoping to get out of this marriage and what you are as a groom, let's say you are the groom, what you're hoping to get out of this marriage are so different, are so apart. Maybe they overlap in some rare cases, but for the most part, you want and expect, you are wanting and expecting completely different things. And when you actually do get married and move in together and start a life, those differences slap you in the face so hard that your teeth fly out. And that is why most relationships are disappointment, anger, mistake, regret, and sadness. Putting our head down and shaking our head in disbelief. How could I do that? How could I make such a mistake? It's because he is getting married to her for completely different reasons than she is getting married to him. The points, the hopes and dreams and their desires and wants are so completely different. He's thinking, oh, she's going to be this and this and this and this. And she's thinking, oh, and he's going to be this and this and this. Summed up into very simple terms, universal accepted terms, is that she expects him to change and he expects her to stay the same. We expect her to be, as men, we expect her to continue looking good, staying thin, being agreeable, being sweet, giving us a lot of body, sexual attention and all that, taking care of her looks, wearing makeup, staying pretty, smelling good like a woman, and she is expecting him to be gaga and goo over her and only have eyes for her, and couldn't wait to be with her, rush home from the office to be with her and everything, and all of that falls apart like a butter thrown into a pit of fire. All the best from this beautiful city. Until the next video.